Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. The link of the TikToks in the comments. Remember to read the description and be polite in the comments. Enjoy watching.
Hey, when are we gonna do our special interest again? Huh? Oh, I decided we hate it because it doesn't give us enough satisfaction. Oh.
Aww.
Okay.
And then it... What? Did your clothes offend you? My sweater is uncomfortable. You've been wearing it all day. Yeah, it was okay until it wasn't. How does that work?
Relatable.
I don't notice something's bothering me until the feeling builds and hits a sensory threshold, and then suddenly I'm like, get it off me. Oh, kinda like how you go from enjoying a social interaction to wanting to disappear in like a second. Yeah, exactly.
Let me try to explain to you what it's like to date as an adult with autism and ADHD. Dating is basically impossible, but being an odd HDer has its pros and cons. Mostly cons, but I'm trying to be more positive this year. My autism is like, you need a routine to function. And then my ADHD is like, I can't function with a routine. It's like a clash of structure and chaos. I also have OCD
Yes,
and my
absolutely.
intrusive thoughts and ADHD impulsivity are a recipe for disaster. I was a serial dater on and
I have
off for 4
OCD too,
years.
by the way.
All of my dates and hookups have been my ADHD chasing quick dopamine. So with my brain constantly contradicting itself, my support needs change day to day. And because of that, I can come across as being really high maintenance. I always need things done my way. Like, it's okay for me to be spontaneous. But if my partner surprises me or does something spontaneous, it's not okay because it doesn't align with my schedule and it'll probably cause me to have a meltdown. And with that being said, I can get to be too much for some people. And that has become one of my biggest fears in dating. People especially get taken aback when I mention that I'm autistic. It's like they don't know what to say or how to act anymore. So I'm not new to rejection. I like to think of myself as an acquired taste. I might seem high maintenance, uptight, or snobby, but you just need to get to know me. Neurodivergent love is all about accommodation and communication. Your partner should be a safe space for you. Dating as a neurodivergent person sucks and requires a lot of patience. There aren't many people out there who will listen to you, support you, and treat you like a human being, but I promise they do exist. Anyways, let's finish up the video with some affirmations. Repeat after me. I'm fine dying alone. 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 And keep repeating that until you believe it. I've been doing it for 6 years now. Bye, guys.
Out of meds
Bye.
again? Ugh, gotta make an appointment. Oh, email notification. Let's see. You left this in your cart. Oh yeah, those are some cute earrings, but I think I have a similar pair, which I must go find right now. Nice. I wonder what they're made of. And would magnets stick to them? Do magnets lose their magnetism over time? Okay, let's Google this. What was I doing?
Really want to talk about how people with ADHD and autism feel empathy because I am so sick of people saying that we don't think about other people's feelings. That's all we think about. So believe it or not, there are 2 different types of empathy. Emotional empathy is the experience of sharing emotions with other people. It's all feels. Cognitive empathy is more so up here. You can understand and identify how someone feels based off of the knowledge you have of a person's current situation. You feel me? Since ADHD and autism both have to do with executive functioning, it makes sense why we would have high emotional empathy and low cognitive empathy. I mean, how I experience this is I feel people's emotions all the time, but I don't know how to identify them. I don't even know how to identify my own emotions most of the time. If I were to see someone who is sad, I would feel their sadness, I would feel their pain, I would be sad with them because they're sad, but I don't have a cognitive understanding of how sad they are or what made them sad. That's what leads to the constant anxiety of my brain going like, oh my goodness, what are all these feelings that other people are feeling? I can feel them too, but I don't know what they are. Therefore, I must cater my whole life to making sure no one else feels sad or angry, especially towards me.
Things I, said
I
about
can't
myself
experience
before I
like
knew
this,
I had
but
autism and ADHD. Part
okay.
4. I'm just super sensitive to light. Like, I can't go anywhere without my sunglasses, and sometimes even like my phone screen at the lowest setting is too bright for me. I hate running late.
Same.
To me, early is on time is late is really late. I'm really sensitive sense of smell. I'm super picky about my fragrances. I can watch the same movie or show over and over again and never get sick of it. It's hard for me to find a good movie to watch because I almost always figure out the plot in the beginning or halfway through. It's really hard to surprise me. In another life, I would be like a psychologist or a therapist. I'm just fascinated by psychology.
Here you go. Open it. Oh, I already have this. She loves it. Smile and say you love it. I feel bad for lying, but it made the other person feel better. So it's okay to lie as long as it makes other people feel better. Well, you shouldn't lie about important things. So gifts aren't important. That's not what I'm saying.
With autism and ADHD, you might find that your autistic need for planning and routine clashes with your ADHD need for spontaneity, impulsivity, and flexibility. If so, I have a few tips that might help. Imagine a calendar where every hour is planned out.
Okay, I made this calendar, by the way. It's in my Patreon. Link is in the description.
So one problem that I have with time blocking is I don't take into account fluctuations in my energy and in my mood. So I might sit on a Sunday and plan out my entire next week. But what if I'm feeling a bit shit that week and I can't do anything? I'm just setting myself up for failure. So I have two alternatives. The first alternative is to create something that I call an energy menu, which is when you take a broader category of task like cooking, studying, exercising. Within each category, you create 3 levels. These levels are high energy, medium energy, low energy. In each level, you put an activity that you feel you could do at high energy, medium energy, or low energy. Let's take exercise. A high energy might be going to the gym, going on a run. Low energy would be walking up and down the stairs once. But then when it comes to planning your week, you can block out a period of time where you're going to exercise, and then when it comes to the day of doing that exercise, you can choose from your energy menu depending on how you feel. My second tip is to split your day into quadrants rather than the whole day. Start off with your morning quadrant, where you can put 1, maybe 2 tasks into your morning quadrant. And you've got an afternoon quadrant, evening, night.
You can use it, it
really
really
like
works.
this is treating each quadrant like a new day. So morning quadrant, you didn't get much done. Afternoon quadrants, a second chance. That way you allow so much more flexibility into your routine. So you can say, well, I'm going to do this in the morning at some point, but I don't necessarily have to say I'm going to do it at this time for this long.
For those of you who are autistic and have ADHD, today I want to talk about the impact of my ADHD medication on my autism. So in some ways, I feel as though my ADHD was kind of compensating for my autism. So like, to give you an example, if I was in a social situation and I was socially anxious or socially awkward or not wanting to be there or overloaded by sensory stimulation, my ADHD would just be like, no, let's go, let's do it, let's go chat to everyone, let's be the life and soul of the party. Not necessarily in a good way, because I would overshare and overtalk and feel stressed by that, but it would kind of get me through the situation of not being able to cope with being in the room, if that makes sense. So it's like I was never fully present in any given situation because I was so distracted by my ADHD. And also, I would never remember anything bad that happened after any given situation because my working memory is so poor that I would just be like, let's do this again, with like no memory of how difficult it was last time. And now that my ADHD symptoms have receded, I guess, like become less, like they haven't completely gone away, but because of my ADHD medication, I'm less distracted, I have like less memory gaps, I don't need to talk and fill every silence, I can listen without interrupting. Like, because all of those things have improved, it feels like I've become more autistic.
Yes.
Even though I haven't obviously become more autistic, it feels like the autistic stuff has come more to the front, and I find it harder to be in social situations, and sensory stuff is bothering me more, and I need more time alone, and because I'm less dopamine seeky, I guess, I'm less likely to want to go out.
Yes, I experienced this.
Meet people,
Relatable.
be sociable. I don't know whether I'm explaining this very well. So I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone or if anyone can relate, but it's been a real thing for me, and in some ways it's a good thing because it feels like I'm getting more of an accurate feeling of where I'm actually at, and I'm definitely having less meltdowns, perhaps because my ADHD isn't pushing me through situations which then lead to meltdowns. But I don't know if I'm making sense at all, but if you can relate, I'd really love to hear about it because I really hope this isn't just a me thing. By the way, because I always get questions, in case anyone's wondering, I'm making cold brewed pumpkin spice lemonade.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm making a game in which a trans woman named Lily is a protagonist. If you're interested, you can reach my Patreon from the link in the description.